出番ってわけかね。
奇襲後期、戦場に勝利の調べを奏でる。私が行こう。
いやー、
制服も捨てた方がいいかもしれません。
このままでいいだろう。一般人には効果的だ。
メアには一瞬でバレます。この格好なのに識別信号を出していないんですよ。
コスプレだと思ってくれませんかね。
ハロウィンは遠い。
熱烈なファンだと言い張りましょう。
まあバレたら開き直るさ。どっちみち追われる身だ。
西島ちゃん、今笑った？
手加減しませんよ。今だ。
了解。
これでノーサイドだな。
特務部、 先輩、そのスマホをどうしたんです？
聞いてくれるな後輩よ。
犯罪ですか？
今時スマホなしでどう生きろってんだ。
スマホを失う辛さは人一倍知ってるはずです。
後で交番に届けるから。
届けるだけじゃありません。自首してください。手加減しませんよ。生きた。よし。
任せろ。
おうよとこれでノーサイドだな。
行きますよ。
Hey guys, hello. Things are gonna work a little differently today because I'm definitely feeling a little bit better, but when you get in an accident, you get adrenaline. You know, I wasn't really hurting at all when I got out of the car, but I'm definitely sore. So there's not going to be a kitty sitting stream tonight, most likely. If there is, it's going to be a short one. I'll probably play some Naughty Kitty Dungeon X because that's a kitty sitting stream game. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit better today. Definitely still in shock and anxious and stuff, but I didn't really get injured per se. It's just my muscles are sore from the impact. So I told my neighbor that I don't want to be there all night because I think what I need to be doing is be in bed. That's like what I need to be doing right now. So thanks to people who care. Wasn't expecting that many people to care. But just need to take it easy for a few days, especially because I'm going on vacation on the 7th. So I really cannot be overexerting myself right now. Just take it easy.
マリン君。うん。
ねえニカ。
はい。
受験が終わるまでバイトは減らす？
やりたい。受験生はお金がかかるから。
俺も金が欲しい。敷金と。
はい。
礼金分しかない。
クジライ様、モアの分減らしてもいいよ。
深町は金持ちなの。
家がね。
イージーモードだな。
それむかつく。
Can you guys hear me by any chance? Just say yes or no.
はい。
俺に手を出すな。
Alright, good.
遅すぎ。楽勝。
Thank you. Oh, I should point something out. There's somebody that's been following me, that's been giving me advice on this game. There were 2 people playing this game yesterday. That stream I did last night after the accident. So I was half of the player base for this game yesterday. There was 1 out of 2 people playing it. This game's still getting updates. I think it's still got like 2 or 3 more monthly updates slated, but literally nobody's playing it. I have to wonder like why they have not done some kind of discount. This game is not a bad game. It isn't. Anybody who says it does is too obsessed with graphics. It's a perfectly fine game. There definitely are things about it that I feel like they made different just for the sake of being different to make the game stand out, but the problem with that is just the average person's not going to play this because of the graphics. The graphics and price combo is killing any sales potential for this game. But I definitely don't regret buying it. It's been fun. It's a Yakuza game like City. Just lots of content in it, but it's not big. The main thing that's worse about this city compared to like Kamurocho and all the other places they have in the RGG games, it's like really small loading zones. But other than that, I mean, from what I've heard, this is a very accurate depiction of Shibuya. I've never been there myself, but yeah, I can't understand why they're not doing any kind of discount for this, or like put it in a bundle or something.
So
It's like they just don't want this game to sell any copies, except for action game nuts like me that will play almost anything if it looks fun. This game is quite enjoyable. That's why I wanted to get it, and form my own opinion instead of backing off people that just don't like the graphics. The price of this game is legitimate criticism, though. It's like lots of other $60 games you could get that will probably look a lot better.
やっちゃおう。ゾーン入った。
Also, the enemy variety is not not representative of a $60 game. I think I've fought that same boss like 5 times now. Why is the enemy variety so lacking? You'd think with a $60 price tag there'd be more than like 3 enemies.
俺に手を出すな。余裕。楽勝。なんだこれ。俺に手を出すな。遅すぎ。知ってた。
What's up, Faye James? Hello.
1生け捕り。あんたらだって魔法使いだろ。よし。余裕。よし。サングイスメナスポテンティアト。風景狂人の嵐。楽勝。奥へは。
You guys are very immersed in the story here. Very immersed. Can't wait to see what happens next. I actually heard the story is one of the biggest complaints about this game. Like, well, good thing I'm skipping it.
Hold.静かだ。キリス。
道郎さん怖かったな。
でもさ、モアたちもバトルの時はひどいことしてるよね。
あの首は異常だろ。深町だってさっきは悪趣味だって
言ったけど。
どうした？
遅すぎ。なんだろう。
変化が必要かなって思うんだ。クジライ様のあれも必要なことなのかな。
わからない。
だよね。
メア本部の右側あたりだよな。何？行くよ。ここだ。楽勝。 かってくれば。ここだ。知ってた。
How does this game feel compared to other action RPGs? It's definitely not. You don't have a large moveset. It is fun though. Let's just. I have to keep saying this. The max concurrent player base for this on PC was 67 players. I am not making this up. There are indie games made by one person that are barely making any money that have more players than that. You know, with PC games in particular, people obsess over low player counts a lot, especially if it's something competitive like a fighting game. You know, people will yap forever about, you know, King of Fighters 15 has 200 players. But like, this is a $60 game, and it's got 67 concurrent players. That's the record. Meaning that was like launch week. Yesterday I was half of the concurrent player base for this game. I was literally half of the concurrent player base. So there's obviously something wrong there, right? I cannot fathom why they have not done any kind of sale, you know, a significant sale. I'm guessing it's because the game is still getting updates, but I mean, if nobody's buying it and you're putting resources into updates, I think you should do something, right? There should be some kind of bonus, you know, at least give a discount if you own like other NIS America games, like the East games or the Trails games or stuff like that. That would help soften the blow. You know, somebody that had a bunch of you know, East games or most of the Trails series, that they could get like 30% off this. I think that would be more fair. It's not a bad game, but the price point and how many other $60 action games are getting late, you know, in the next few months, I could not recommend this game to anybody unless you've just got more money than you know what to do with. The price is the biggest problem, and like, the more I play this game, it really does not feel like a $60 game. Everybody's been fixating on the graphics, and you know, that doesn't bother me. One of my favorite games is Assault Spy, and that game has like, it passes for like a AAA PS2 game. Like, I don't need state-of-the-art graphics to enjoy a game. You know, if it runs better, if it runs better and it has worse graphics like this, then, you know, that's a bonus for me. But there's other aspects of this game that do not feel like a $60 title besides the graphics. That's what everybody's focusing on. They're fixated on the graphics, but like, the more if you actually sit down and play this game, you know, if you get like a used copy or you Steam share it or family share it or something, there's like barely any enemy variety. And I would think with the game costing the full AAA price, that there would be more enemy variety. The issues with this game, they start with the graphics, but they're definitely not the main thing that's wrong with it. Which is about what I expected. I thought that people weren't being very educated about it, but at the same time, it's like, the game is just really expensive. It's just extremely expensive.
今更だけど道郎さんどんな人なんだ？
美目秀麗自由兼備
There's also only like these
素
two
敵な笑顔
dungeons
優し
as
くて
well.
親切
There's like
時
two
々見せ
dungeons.
る怖い顔も美し
You go to the
い
same place
じゃなくて
constantly.
経歴とか。
実はあまり知らないのもう
I don't know what
本
possessed them to
みたいな
charge
ものだからね私
60
は
bucks
少
for
し
this
聞いた
game.
よ
If this game was like
子供
$30
の
to
頃から機械が好
$40,
きで
I think it
発
would
明
be
家にな
fine.
りたかったと
I think it's
学
got
生
enough
の頃は
content to warrant
人
that
間を補助
price.
する機械の研究をしていて五感や運動能力を増幅するとか
Full 60 for
確か
this
そんなの
is really
そ
pushing
し
it.
て研究の中で魔法と出会って
自分を実験台にしたんだよねそしてお決まりのレベルの中毒
なるほど。
What's interesting is that this is not Natsume Atari
そういう
developed,
ことか。
and the Kamen Rider game was also. I assume it's the same team. I'll have to look at the credits when I finish the game. But like, the Kamen Rider game
知っ
was
てた。
about the same price and was more worth it. It was more worth it in every way. I can say that as somebody who's beaten that game twice. The movesets are more varied. The combat was more in-depth. And there was a lot of extra modes and stuff. I mean, this gives you the
行くよ。
semi-open world exploration and stuff, but like that game was a better deal than this objectively. Even if you're not a Kamen Rider fan, I think that game is a legit good. It's an above-average character action game. Definitely not the best one you're ever gonna play, but it's pretty solid. And after playing this for a few hours, I can say that game is
うわちゃん
plenty.
最
This is
やってやる任せて
It's kind of like when who remembers Tokyo RPG Factory? Who remembers that company?
楽勝
I
で
don't know if they like folded or what, but their whole thing was supposed to be lower budget RPG games that are focused more on just pure story and gameplay over,
集中
AAA production values like Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Remake and stuff. They're supposed to be like more contained games, not have like big budgets, but when I saw like none of those games were really worth the money. It's kind of the same thing all over again like this, where they're asking for a price that's too expensive. Like they put out, the Tokyo RPG Factory put out a decent amount of games in a short period of time, but from what I saw, nobody seemed to
かかってくれば。
nobody seemed to really like them that much. Like they were okay games.
よし。
It's just like if you really wanted like an average at best RPG, you would buy them, but like if you still had like a more higher quality one to buy, then you would get that one first.
かかってこいや
What's up, Sea Truth? Hello.
任せて
Yeah, I'm trying to have some sense of humor about the accidents. It is true though. I've been reading about the Monster Hunter Wilds launch. Seems like a complete disaster.
行くよ。遅すぎ。ここだ。知ってた。かかってくれば。了 いうここだ知ってた
I really don't think they'll be able to fix Monster Hunter either, because it's the same problem that the Dragon's Dogma 2 had.
かかってくれば
Exact same problem. They did fix that game. I don't know why people are expecting this one to get fixed.
よし
Trying to make types of games with that engine that it can't handle. And everybody bought it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, like, what was the max concurrent players for Wilds? Over 1 million players, I think yesterday or launch day. Like, see, that's the problem right there. People knew full well it was gonna run like that, and they still bought it.
楽勝行くよ遅すぎここだ
I don't have the game and I'm not buying it, so I can't comment. But from what I've seen,
楽勝
it's far more demanding than it should be.
今もルブルムを使っているのか
モアたちの血を飲んでる
マジ引くわ
ルブルムの
Best thing you
原
can
料
do
は
is type
魔
in
法使いの血液
Monster Hunter
ただ
Wilds
しダムド以外 ダムドの血は
4080
不純物が多くて効果がないんだって自分の血
Try
が
to
ダ
find
メ
somebody
って
who
ことだ
played the
ね
game for more than 10 minutes.
マニー君もそのうち言われるよ
Which is pretty hard with
血を
benchmark
吸わせろって
channels.
吸血鬼じゃ
That
な
would be
い
your
か
best
ら
bet.
一郎さんが作った機械を
I do that a lot when I'm not sure if a game's
こぐ
gonna
な情
run.
報量だと思えば安い安い
ここだ
I don't think they deserve $70 for that game. I don't think they deserve $70 for that game. But take your money elsewhere.
よし
I already tell from a 4080 you have a really good
知って
computer.
た
The game's probably not going to run very well. I'm going to be honest with you. With those specs, you should not have to worry
行
about
くよ
whether a game's going to run, which is like precisely the problem. You're not running it on like your grandma's 15-year-old laptop and complaining that it runs poor. You have a very capable gaming PC, and I can't even tell you if it's gonna run or not. That's just a complete disaster. I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
遅すぎ知ってたかかってくれば
よし
楽勝
No, it probably won't be patched. Probably will not be patched. Because it's a problem with the engine. Okay, like, I don't understand what it wants me to do. Might be time to stop playing this for now. Look up a walkthrough. I just got in a car accident yesterday. I'm not in the mood to be frustrated with games right now. I don't understand what it wants me to do in there. It's like I went through the whole area. It's the same dungeon over and over. But like, nothing's happening. Can't even use your map in here. Yeah, I already have a low frustration threshold, but obviously when you're stressed out, it gets worse. Or anxious. I'll run through here one more time and try to figure out what the hell it wants me to do, and then I'm gonna go ahead and switch games.
かかってくれば
It's not like any video I put out of this is gonna make me rich. I have no rush. No rush to finish this game whatsoever. Oh, is it this guy over here? Alright, now we're making some progress.
かかってくれば
Got the away.
チェンジ
知ってた
Oh, so these are all, the extra content that they've added. These are all free, by the way. I doubt that they have high production values, but the fact that they've added this much stuff and they don't discount the game so that people actually want to buy it is really weird. I legit do not understand it. I mean, there's plenty of games out there that have had this kind of problem. You gotta do a discount of some sort, or get it in a humble bundle, or do some kind of campaign for it for like streamers to play it before it gets any kind of recognition. But they're not doing that for whatever reason. So this game is negative concurrent player base. Probably did better on Switch, to be honest. Maybe this game made some kind of profit on Switch. I mean, Switch was the lead platform for this game, so I would assume the development cost for this game must have been very low. And then there's also a lot of product placement in this game too, which probably helped, but I do still think the non-existent player base for this on PC is indicative of how badly it's sold. It has to be. There definitely are games that have like no one playing on PC, but then like they're still decently successful on console. Battle for the Grid was like that. Battle for the Grid had like never had like any players on PC, despite it being the best version. The only people that bought it on PC were people doing tournaments. Like the competitive scene embraced the PC version, but they're obviously like such a small group of the people that play fighting games. It's like if you look at the Battle for the Grid concurrent player base, like back when it came out, it was obviously really dire, but it did well enough to get like 3 seasons of updates. So if you're basing that on the PC player base, it makes no sense. So hopefully this game did make some money, but I'm not sure if committing to months of content updates was a good idea. Alright, kinda just like not gonna tell me where to go. Oh, right here. Wipe this place clean. What do you want from me now? Nah, don't feel bad for Capcom. They've sold over 1 million copies of that game on the first launch day. We already knew that it was going to run bad, and people bought it anyway. They do not deserve any sympathy, especially for a $70 game. You know, when it's like it's a small indie game or like an early access roguelike or something, and it's made by like only a few people, and, you know, maybe it doesn't launch in the best state or it runs poor. You can be sympathetic for them. They're small teams with very limited resources, but not when it's a big AAA company and they're charging full price for it. They don't deserve any sympathy.
Yoki.
俺に手を出すな。遅すぎる。ここだ。楽勝。
Yeah, we need to stop defending AAA companies when they release something that doesn't work. We need to stop doing that. If they could try making a video game that works, then there wouldn't need to be any sympathy. They're not running a charity. That shit's $70. Yeah, that's the other thing too. People are like, oh, you need to buy a better computer. I guarantee you most of those people were smart enough to have a capable computer of running it. I'm sure there were some that were like, you know, hey, my hand-me-down computer from my grandma won't run the game. In which case it's like, yeah, you need to get better stuff. You need to get better equipment, but you can't lump everyone in like that. I say this as somebody who for a couple years, about 3 or 4 years, well, it's more like 2 or 3 years, I ran this channel off a hand-me-down laptop, but like never once did I expect to run AAA games on it. You know, it could run Dungeon Fighter, it could run emulators, it was powerful enough to, you know, hook a capture card to it, but that was the extent of its abilities. You know, and I eventually upgraded after a few years because I knew that it was not going to meet my
こ
needs.
の霊氷の横の坂道を
I'm sure
登るよ
most people have done that already.
私の名前はバブーシュ。
俺の名前はブーシカ。
魔法ショップバブーシカの森へようこそ。
Alright, this game is worth $60. There's kitties.
どれを解放するって？読めんのか？
どれを売ってくれるの？やめとく？
どれをか？
どれを売ってくれるの？やめとく？
どれを解放するって？おっせえな。何がしたいんだ？
早く。
Well, see, that's the thing with the RE engine. The thing with the RE engine is that it works for stuff that's not, you know, a big open world.
もう、
It
なる
works
ほどな。
fine. You know, DMC5, you can play with Legendary Dark Knight mode, which, if you guys aren't aware, is basically turning DMC into a Muso game. You can run that game above 100 FPS.
迷ってる？
With all those extra enemies on screen. And Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake. Great. Resident Evil 4 remake. Great. What are the ones that run
決
poorly?
めちまえよ。
The ones that are not small contained spaces. Namely, Dragon's Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. Run terribly. Monster Hunter Rise is another one.
なる
I
ほ
played
ど
Monster
なる
Hunter
ほ
Rise. That was
ど。
like the first Monster Hunter game I ever played for more than a few minutes. Ran great. I really feel like they should
どれを売
have
ってくれるの？
また来いよ。
should have done something to their engine or made a new engine. To be completely honest with you, what they're trying to do with it, I just can't handle. I mean, Denuvo definitely does make games run worse, but it's definitely not as bad as people say it is. It's very weird. People over-exaggerate and under-exaggerate how much it makes a difference. It definitely does, but that's not why that game runs poorly. It definitely isn't. it doesn't matter what game it is, it's the same thing. Denuvo does impact performance, but it's like almost never the main reason why it runs like that. I'm not sure about that. I know that the World Tour mode on PS4 and Steam Deck doesn't even run at a stable 60. And then also they don't do any tournaments for Street Fighter on PS4. So it's like one of those games that should not have been on PS4 in the first place. But they're trying to maximize profits, but like it's not used for any serious tournament. They all play on PS5. Even just like local weekly tournaments, you know, just like for a specific city or town, like pretty much none of them use the PS4 version. Kind of feels like Pirate Yakuza. The more I play that game, I'm like, you know, they did not let the PS4 hold their vision back. Because it's like very apparent. Every time I play that game on the streams and stuff, I'm like, how does this run on the PS4? It can't possibly run well. You're on the ship and there's like weather effects and like 50 enemies on screen and stuff. I'm like, how does the PS4 run this? Like, they clearly didn't design it with it in mind. Reinatus, the game I was just playing, you can very obviously tell that they were expecting their lead audience to be the Switch, which is why it's designed the way it is with the not great graphics. Like, the lighting is pretty good, but the character models and everything look pretty poor. And then, loading zones everywhere instead of it being like at a fully open city like a Yakuza game. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 on PS4 does not get used for any serious competitive gameplay at all. It gets completely ignored. Probably for good reason, I would imagine. These last couple years of PS4 games, they like barely run. It's like, I mean, if it's your only option, I guess you can use it, but honestly, a Steam Deck would be like better at that point, because at least you could scale the game down a little bit more and maybe get it to run better. And then you also have access to mods as well, depending on what kind of game it is. Been on YouTube for 20 years? No, the 20th anniversary is October 11th. So about eight months and 1.5 weeks away. Well, 7 months and 10 days. That will be the 20th anniversary, and I hope that some company wants to increase exposure for me or something. I fucking deserve it. I know that I do. I'm not in the best headspace right now, but I know that I deserve that. Not gonna happen, though. They're too busy promoting people that shouldn't even have a platform. I know it won't happen. It would be nice if it did. I definitely am one of the oldest active gaming channels on the site. Pretty much one of the oldest. A lot of the channels that started around the time I did, they either burnt out, they stopped. They got banned multiple times because they played games that got them copyright strikes and they got banned. And then you can go look up the video essays. A lot of them killed their career by doing stupid stuff. So that's why I'm one of the few that's still standing. It was very hard to run a gaming channel back then because of it was a lot easier to get banned back then. Like, just a few... I don't remember who it was, but I remember when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. This was in, like, the very beginning of YouTube. It had only been up for, like, 3 or 4 years at that point. I didn't have a PS3. I only had a 360 and a Wii. And, I remember somebody uploading the cutscenes, and I watched them, and then, like, I woke up in the morning and the guy was banned. Like, keep in mind, this is before DMCA and stuff. You know how some people, they get the game early, you know, they either pirate it or they get a review key and they don't honor the embargo and they put up like the ending and they put it in the thumbnail and then they get banned. Like it was different back then. There's just like no warning. You just get banned. Just get banned instantly. So the fact that this channel is still here has less to do with me wanting to continue doing it and having reasons to do it. It's because I managed to matrix dodge all those games that did that. At the beginning, I mostly did Muso games, action games and stuff, and Koei Tecmo doesn't care if you put up the cutscenes. They will care if you break embargo. I know that there was that one guy that broke embargo for Dynasty Warriors 9, and he got blacklisted by the company. Yeah, it's a number of factors. I mean, you can say I'm dedicated as much as you want, and obviously that's part of it, but there were a lot of other things that came into play or why I still have the channel. You can go type in Pioneer YouTuber career ruined or something. There's probably like 100 videos you can watch. There were a lot of them that killed their career, probably before they were even really making much money, and they just never came back. Either they did something so bad that they can't possibly come back unless they like change their face or something, or they just got burnt out. I know there was one guy I used to talk to on here, and he got banned like 3 times. He got banned like 3 times in the first couple years. He wasn't uploading anything bad. It was just the cutscenes and stuff and the copyright stuff was getting him banned. I remember he made like a handful of accounts and then he disappeared off the internet. He never came back. Yeah, the PC 8898 music channel got Axel Joe. He got torched recently. I'm like, man, you have like people uploading like entire movies on here. Why do you care about somebody uploading niche Japanese computer games that never got released outside of Japan? I'm like, what reason is there to ban him? He's not doing anything bad. You cannot legally obtain, like, barely any of that music. I mean, maybe the stuff he was putting up for, like, Ys and Sorcerian and, like, legendary Falcom games from, like, the late 80s and stuff, but, I mean, like, you can't buy any of that music. There's no, like, you know, iTunes. There's no, like, iTunes page to buy that. Like, why was he banned? Yeah, that is the most impressive thing that I've had the account for this long, just because of all those things. It has less to do with me as a person. I haven't done anything to get canceled, obviously, but that's low-hanging fruit. That's not why a lot of those people aren't around anymore. A lot of them got banned. There definitely were some of them that did get canceled, or they killed their career in some stupid way, but it was just a lot more difficult to run a channel back then. Nowadays, you know, they'll take monetization off the video or they'll give you a copyright strike, but generally, if you're getting a copyright strike for something, you're probably uploading a video you're not supposed to anyway. Like, you know, when I got the review key for Dynasty Warriors Origins, you guys know how I put up like 20 videos at once, right? Like, I had an embargo. I had an embargo. I could not upload until the embargo lifted. So, that's why there were like 15 videos at once. And I'm sure that probably spammed your inboxes, but that's just how it works. If I had put those up like days early, because I made those videos days in advance, then I wouldn't have gotten banned, but I would have ruined my relationship with Koei Tecmo. But back then, if he did something like that. There wasn't any kind of guideline or anything. It was mostly people that got the game early. I know in New York City, at least at the time, there were a lot of mom and pop stores that would sell games early, and the companies would get pissed, and I guess they would assume that you pirated it, but those you couldn't really pirate HD games back then. You just couldn't do it. It was not possible. So all those people bought it legally. They paid real money for it, but instead of just giving you a copyright claim, they would just ban you. Like, I remember vividly, I watched most of the Metal Gear Solid 4 cutscenes, and then I woke up in the morning to watch the new ones he put up, and the guy's account was gone. It's just erased from existence overnight. And I'm like, man, I don't know how I managed to dodge it. But yeah. I need to go. I need to go feed the cats, so I'm probably not going to stay there long enough for a kitty sitting stream, but when I come back, we'll probably do some more Reynatus, or Pirate Yakuza, or Warriors Abyss or something. I would like to finish Pirate Yakuza before I leave, because I'm going to be going on a very brief weekend vacation on the weekend, so I would like to finish that game before, because it probably doesn't play very well on Steam Deck. Reynatus is fine. That game runs fine on Steam Deck. It definitely does drop frames when I stream, but I'm not really concerned about that. So that's probably what I'll be doing when I get back, if I have the energy. I am still healing from the accident and everything, so we'll see how that goes. I also have some Tales mods to test as well. I have a private cheat engine table I was given that I was told I can promote, but I need to test it out more. So that's probably what we'll do when I get back. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head over there right now, sit with the cats for a bit, feed them, and then I'll be back later tonight in a few hours, I think. Thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, I don't know why they ban music archive channels like that when you can't even buy it. like what money are they losing by having it on there? It might even, you know, spark interest in a re-release or something. You know, if like some old game like that has a couple million views on the music, you know, maybe they'll be like, hey, we can monetize this somehow. But no, let's just ban the person. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.